Hey everybody, I'm Joanne. Sorry about the camera angle. If I have it up straight, then you won't be able to see anything down here, and I'm hoping you can see stuff as I go along. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. I'm basically going to do the Taiwan Swirl with a circle. Since everyone has been asking so much about that one, I thought it'd be a good one to show you all. I've got everything ready. I brought my batter to just barely a trace. You do want just a very, very, very light trace on this, just because you need a little thickness in order to make the design. I have all my colors here. I'm going to put them in the description below. Using all micas. I'm using a green, a metallic copper, a blue, and white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over here. And once I finish with my stick blender, I don't use it ever again. I like to do everything by hand. So I'm going to get some white in here. I don't need a lot in that one. And then the majority of this will be for our sides of the divided mold. And then I have these here. There's the blue. And I also don't add my fragrance oil until right before I'm ready to mix and pour, just in case. If you're working with one you're not familiar with, what you can do is take a little bit of your batter and put it in a little cup and add a couple drops of your fragrance in and kind of swirl it around and see. You can check and see if it's going to rise or if it's going to accelerate on you, and then you can choose not to use it and pick a different one. Once, of course, you put it in here, you're committed. And this particular technique, the pouring is really what takes the longest time, especially if you're doing multiple colors. The rest of it comes fairly easy. The swirl itself does not take too long. Let's see if I can get a little more in here. And that one, sorry I'm eyeballing this. It should be good to go with that. Should be plenty. And I'll show you what my plan is. And I do just want a little bit of white for the center, so I'm going to finish this off in here. Alright, so I'm going to mix this real quick. I do disperse my micas in a little bit of my oils from my batter. It just works for me. Everybody has their own way. Like I said, I don't like to stick blend once I've hit either emulsification or a light trace, for fear of speeding it up. So I will go ahead and let them sit in some oil, and then it just tends for me to make it a little easier to blend it into the batter. And once I have these mixed, I will go ahead and add my fragrance. Today I'm using white tea and berries from Candle Science. It's one of my favorite scents. If you haven't tried it, get a 1 ounce bottle of it and give it a try. I think you'll like it. Okay, so here we go. It does not discolor. I haven't had it accelerate. Get these all mixed up, and we'll get on to the part that you're all waiting for, is the pouring and the swirling. This particular design, I wish I really knew who the original soap artist was who did it. I don't. There was, someone had posted in one of the Facebook groups a picture of a black and red soap with this particular design in it, and we were all discussing how we thought it was done, and you know, I decided to give my theory a shot and see if it would work, and it did. So, but whoever it is an absolutely beautiful design, and I absolutely love it. So what I've done is I got my dividers. So I'm going to basically do white, white, and then in the center I'm going to pour my colors. My decision is whether I do almost like a Clyde slide pour, but I think I'm not going to. I originally thought that's how I was going to do the center, but I think I'm not going to do it that way. So I'm going to put a little white on either side. We all know this. If you've used dividers, you know that this is how it goes. And not panic if some starts to seep through. It'll all be fine. And then what I'm going to do is start with my blue. Bring it over here. I'm just going to go down the wall and get it started. I actually think for this I'm going to turn this way. A little bit more in there. There we go. And then I'm going to come back with a touch of white. And then my green. As you can see, it's still, this is really nice and fluid. And then my copper. And I'm sorry about that noise. It is the heater. It is still cold here. And there is no heat in this room, so that's why I'm usually bundled up when I'm in here this time of year. And then I'm going to come back with the blue. So basically what's happening is it's going in there almost in a scallop pattern. And I wish I could show you, but I can't. So then I'm going to skip the white this time around and just go straight to the green. And then to our copper. And now I'm going to come back and I'm going to start putting some white in here. Oh, no, that just spilled over. Oops. Oh well. And some on this side. You can see that white starting. No, do it again. Wow. Maybe it's you guys, you're making me nervous. Nah. The last of that in there. That in there. It's mixed in real quick. mix this in. See, if I go right down the wall, it slows it down and lets it layer on top of each other. And that's why I like these little containers with little spouts. Gives me a little more time to, or allows me to get a little closer in there to get this down in there the way I want. Alrighty. Sorry, this is the tedious part. And this is usually what happens to me. I get stuff stuck in my head and I gotta try it. And usually I'm in here like a mad scientist. Because I wasn't going to do this today. I actually was going to do something with a bunch of different dividers, different sizes, different angles, and then I went, well, no, let me do this. A lot of times I don't know what I'm going to do until I get everything together, and then I come up with a plan. And sometimes it's because I want to use a particular fragrance, and then I come up with a design and a way to pour it. And then other times it's of particular colors that I want to do. And then sometimes I honestly just get really crazy ideas in my head and go, I wonder if that would work. Yep, let me get some of this white. I'm sorry about the dogs. If you can hear them, there's probably a rabbit or a raccoon or something outside. And they can't seem to help themselves. So let's go this way. Use this. And this should be about the end of this. There we go with that one. And there's our blue. and dark green. And don't worry, I will scrape those out. And I usually put that tiny bit, scrape them, and I'll put them in a little single mold. I do a lot of little, I have like skull molds and for little single soaps. And I give them to my neighbor's kids. Okay, so this is what I do with these dividers. I go like this, and I pull them up, and as I do, the soap will sink back down, and then you're usually able to put a little bit more just to kind of finish off without completely running over your sides. And there we go. Set that off. So now I'm going to bring this over. I'm not a scraper. It is rare unless my soap is super thick, and I will just pull these out. There we go. And then I will get these. Again, I just kind of give them a shake. These ones I might give a little scrape. Get that color on the end. I just think sometimes it makes it look muddy. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to set that off. Now, here comes the fun part, the swirling. So as you can see, I wish this was at a better angle for you guys. Everything is in the center, and then our white is on the outside. Oops, dropped that. This is my weapon of choice. It is a stainless steel chopstick, not a skewer. Those real long skinny ones you use for a barbecue are not a chopstick. There are square chopsticks, there's round chopsticks. I prefer the round for this. I use the wider end. I place it in the corner, and I'm going to go up, and we're just going to do a Taiwan swirl, but we're just going to do very tight. So you're going to go straight up and literally come right back down. You want it super tight. You know, because normally in a regular Taiwan you'll go over a little bit. In this case, you're basically going up and down. And we're just going to do this all the way to the end of the mold. So just be up and down, up and down. And sorry, Maddie's really on a roll. So there we go. And I'm going to come out this corner. So that is how tight you want it. You know, normally your Taiwan, you've got a little space in between. You don't want that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to come and take the skinny end. And I'm going to come right in, just right here, just below the middle. And I'm going to come around and come into a circle into the center and pull out. And I'm going to come over and I'm going to go right here, go straight down, make another circle, come in, and straight out. And here we go again. We're going to come right next to that one. We're going to go out and come into the center. And I'm going to do it again, into the center, and out. And then the last one, again, into the center, and out. And that is it. That is how it goes. So basically now I see POP, so I will put this in the oven and let it set overnight. Basically, you know, I preheat my oven to 170. I shut it off. I slide the soap in, and then I let it rest, and then I will be able to unmold and cut it in the morning, and I will come back and show you guys how I cut it and how it looks. But this is our soap. I'm sorry I can't move it too much more because it's really fluid. So I hope you can see it, and I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I will try and answer them as soon as I can. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Aloha!